Welcome to The Drop. I'm Chris Sharp, and I'm excited to have you with us. Today, you're joining pastors, church staff, ministry leaders, and others from all over the world, people who are here because they believe in one thing above everything else: the power of the gospel to change lives through the impact of the local church. That's what The Drop is all about. We're not just showing off what's new, we're checking a box on a feature. We're building the right tools to partner with you and make an impact together. At Subsplash, our conviction is that the truth of Jesus through the life of the local church is the greatest source of hope and joy for the world. And it all comes down to that. And we know that's why you stepped into ministry in the first place. Not because you love managing databases, sending emails, or organizing fundraisers, but because you're passionate about connecting real people with the truth, hope, and joy that are found only in Jesus. We know you're in ministry to see community groups thrive, to come together in prayer over the sick and hurting, and to serve the vulnerable in your city. Like us, you believe it's the local church that can make a difference in the world. And you're driven by cultivating the kingdom here on earth. But maybe you've been shaken over the course of this past season. I know we have. We've seen how disconnection steals our sense of purpose and joy. We were made to know God and to be together, but instead, aspects of our society have been pulled apart. And because of that fracture, controversies have divided us, people have scattered, and church leaders at all levels have struggled to help communities stay connected. Ministry has always been about leading people to Jesus. But over this last season, at times it's felt more like filtering through frustrated emails, saying goodbye, and trying to stay connected to our communities with often disjointed and unfamiliar digital tools. We know that connecting people to Jesus is what brings you joy, and creating innovative technology to help you make disciples is what brings us joy. For 16 years, our team has been constantly innovating to make it as simple as possible for your church to connect with your community. With impactful solutions like Subsplash Giving, we've helped thousands of ministries keep more of their resources for what matters most. And with GrowCurve, we've given back $2.5 million directly to churches to help accelerate your growth and fuel your mission. Today, we're serving more than 15,000 organizations in 88 countries around the world, from flourishing church plants to some of the largest, most established churches and ministries in the world. We're a team of people like you who love the local church. And we're here to partner with you in the midst of these challenging times to help maintain the purpose, the conviction, and the joy that got you into ministry in the first place. That's why I'm so glad you're here. Our team has been working tirelessly to create essential and innovative technology so you can stay focused on what matters most: making disciples and helping people. We have some incredible updates to share with you, including some of the biggest news in our company's history. So here's what we'll be diving into. We'll kick it off with some of the latest releases on our platform, what's recently been added to Subsplash Giving, mobile apps, Subsplash messaging, media, and more. Then we'll share what's right around the corner, releases that are coming soon to change the way you engage with your community on the Subsplash platform. We'll also be unveiling the future of the all-in-one solution for the church engagement, and what it would look like for your ministry to leverage a truly connected ecosystem built in a way that you've never seen before. Finally, you know we love a good giveaway, and we're excited to announce one lucky winner who will be taking home a brand new iMac to equip you in your ministry. So let's dive right in to some of the latest releases on the Subsplash platform.
Here at Subsplash, we are constantly innovating for the future with a passion for creating technology that makes it simple and easy to connect to your community. And our latest releases to the platform are doing just that. Hi, I'm Casey.
And I'm Manny, and we're excited to show you some of our latest releases.
To kick us off, we announced this release at our last product event, and we're excited to share that it's officially here. Guest Giving is live and available for all Subsplash Giving clients. Guest Giving makes it even easier for visitors and those without a Subsplash Giving account to donate to your church. Since April, more than 4,000 churches have been able to process additional donations and gifts through Guest Giving. We know increases in giving not only further God's mission, but also relieve some of that pressure that pastors can feel.
And our giving team didn't stop there. We also made significant improvements to giving analytics. With our latest giving analytics releases, you can now dive deeper into donor insights, where you can see things like who's actively donating, who your new donors are, and whether they signed up for recurring donations. You can also get future insights into recurring donations with the ability to see a quick snapshot of what's estimated to come in next month. Also, you can pull a report on who has canceled their recurring donations and much more.
And last but not least, Knowing your rates and how much you're paying in fees shouldn't be a mystery, which is why you can now easily view your effective rate in the new Savings and Rates section of your analytics. In this section, you can also view a breakdown of how much you're saving with donor-covered fees, how much you're paying in overall fees, and your expected Grow Curve credit amount. We know you work hard to steward your finances, and we hope these updates to Subsplash Giving Analytics assist you even more in that stewardship.
To add even more value to Subsplash Giving, we're excited to officially announce the release of Donation Entry. With Donation Entry, you can enter cash, checks, and other external gifts right into Subsplash Giving. Donation Entry eliminates the need to log gifts in multiple systems, making Subsplash Giving the single source of truth for all of your church's donations, fees, and deposits. That means less time managing separate systems and more time making sure your financial data is complete and accurate. We're so delighted to deliver this functionality to our giving customers, and as we work to build a best-in-class giving solution that truly helps fuel your mission.
We're so excited about all the additions to Subsplash Giving over this last quarter, and we've also been hard at work with improvements to Subsplash Media. Since the beginning, Subsplash Media has been focused on simplifying your media hosting experience while also making sure your content stays top of mind for your audience. And with this, we're excited to share that media tagging is now available in the dashboard. With media tagging, we're providing your audiences a curated experience built around your media offerings. Simply add discoverable keywords to your live stream and on-demand media items that help your audience find the content they're searching for. With tagging options such as speaker, scripture, topics, and description fields, your content library gets the organizational filters needed to assist on organic content discovery. Currently, your content is structured with your most recent media item at the top. Over time, this would result in that same media item being farther and farther down your list, making it difficult for your viewers to revisit content that was impactful. Media tagging makes it easier to connect viewers with past content by enabling a better and more precise search and discover experience. End users can simply search the media they're looking for based off the tags you created. For example, if someone is looking for media items by Pastor Stephen speaking on grace, then simply search those items by name, and every media item tagged with that speaker and topic will populate within their search. Once your content is tagged when a media item is opened, related content will also be suggested by topic, giving your viewers ways to go deeper in discipleship. These tagged media items are also brand new to the viewer. This provides a streamlined experience for viewers to discover more of your content library. In the future, we hope to bring even more personalized experiences with media tagging, delivering content recommendations based on viewing behavior and engagement. With media tagging, discovering your media content has never been more simple for your audience to engage with, and it is available right now in your dashboard.
Along with that, our team has released new updates to Subsplash messaging that focus on the safety and engagement within your community. As we work to make Subsplash messaging the best and safest messaging platform for churches, we're delighted to announce the release of Intelligent Moderation. Intelligent Moderation automatically monitors conversations for inappropriate images and blocks them in transit before they are ever delivered to others, without any action required by your admins or your group leaders. Additionally, this feature also includes automated profanity filters to help ensure that the conversation stays positive and welcoming for everyone. And the best part, Intelligent Moderation is active today for all Subsplash messaging customers.
As we continue to build a platform that increases connection points for your community through our mobile apps, we also understand that getting started can sometimes be a little overwhelming. That's why we've been hard at work on creating new ways to offer great customization, but also simplifying the app building experience. We're happy to introduce the all-new App Page Builder. Thousands of churches are using Snap Pages to easily build and manage their website, and have been requesting a way to build custom pages for their app too. And we've made this possible with our latest integration. Let's take a closer look and show you how it works. When you go to create a new link to include in your app, you'll see a new page option. You will see a side panel appear with a list of pages. If you use Snap Pages for your website, these will be the same pages you've already created. If not, these will be new template pages you can edit and customize. You can now use the full power of the app page builder to customize the content of your page by adding new blocks or editing existing ones. We even added a new media library block that gives you the ability to add different layouts for your media library. Once set, your app page is now ready to view in real time. With the all-new app page builder, it is easier than ever to take your content directly from your website and duplicate it for your app. This will save you time and give you even more freedom to customize your app experience.
All of these updates are fueled by our vision to equip every church and make the truth of Jesus accessible to people all over the world. With that, I'm excited to hand it back to Chris Sharp, who will be joined by our CEO, Tim Turner, as they share more about Subsplash's heart, mission, and the future of where we're headed. Get ready, because we've got some big things that we're excited to share with you.
We are so excited to be here today, and we have Tim Turner, our CEO and founder of Subsplash.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Excited to be here. Got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. We've done so much in the last 16 years, really since you started Subsplash, and it all stemmed from that heart to make the gospel incredibly accessible.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see how the Lord has directed our steps in this. So.
That's right. And we do have a big announcement on that today, really focusing on that ability to leverage technology and build communities and focus on discipleship. But first, what led us to this point today? I mean, we can even go back and look at church history and we say how churches have leveraged technology, from Paul using the Roman roads to the Gutenberg press, giving people the actual ability to read the Bible for themselves, to someone like Billy Graham using radio ministry. There's been so many technological advances, and here we are today with this huge opportunity to think, how can we actually leverage what's available to us today and make something to connect people to the discipleship journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Today's no different. So now more than ever, churches need technology partners that they can trust to help them advance the gospel in their community and beyond.
And Tim, you have a history in the church and just kind of dreaming about how do you get the gospel plus technology together? Tell us a little bit about kind of that, your upbringing and what led you to where we are today.
Yeah, so my grandpa was a pastor, and our family was always very involved in the churches that we were in. And so learning biblical teaching and wisdom and all that, and then taking that and going and serving in our church and all that was definitely a big part of growing up. And so we would even listen to a lot of radio ministries and tape ministries from like Dr. Tony Evans, R.C. Sproul,
Yeah, I remember talking about like having like the wall lined with cassette tapes.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And you think about that even as just a great example of like that was the technology of the time, and now we have that'd be a little crazy today to have a whole wall full of cassettes, but we have this ability to solve problems in a new way, which really led to kind of the first app. Tell us about that.
So originally Subsplash was doing a lot of design and development consulting for software for the Fortune 500 companies working on their products, and along the way saw an opportunity to serve our church with this small business that we had. Just hearing a sermon about like how can you use your gifts and talents, and we were thinking, well, what can we do with Subsplash for that, and saw an opportunity to make a mobile app, because the mobile access just really wasn't there, and the Lord just opened up the door, and we felt like He just said trust and obey to go ahead and do that, and through that that became the first app for a church, and then from there we just kept reinvesting any income that we had, and we're seeing a lot of the really good fruit of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you think about that trust and obey moments is one of those huge stones of remembrance of like, wow, look at what God has done from that time. And also the impact that we've seen through that. Hundreds of millions of sermons played. And we get to hear stories from time to time, people sharing around, like a friend of mine. He discovered Jesus because he first found an app, started listening to sermons that led him to come to the church where he wouldn't have gone to the church just naturally on his own.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So people can discover the church that way and then grow in their discipleship journey by getting just good Bible teaching and that. And so there's even the story of a husband and wife who were divorced, and then they started listening to the marriage sermons that their church was going through, even though they were separated, and they started through that getting reconciled, and then they got remarried, and it's really just awesome. Like such a cool reconciliation story. And they were doing it through the app that we had built for them, for that church. And so there were just that kind of stuff is exciting,
Right.
to be able to see that kind of fruit. So
Yeah, it's amazing. When we think about the success of that first app, which was one of the first streaming apps, even in the App Store, right? Just being able to click play and see it go live.
Yeah.
That has led to some pretty cool stories we get to hear. What happened after that?
Yeah, so as we continue to build on the platform, one of the other building blocks that we added, in addition to apps and media delivery and everything, was Subsplash Giving. And so to be able to do that in a way that's like very simple, mobile optimized, and also providing churches with very transparent rates. So we brought in experts to figure that out, and from that, Grow Curve was born. And the idea there is that not only would we save churches from what they would otherwise be paying as like an industry standard rate, which to date we've saved churches over $21 million in processing fees, but also putting an extra $2.5 million back into churches through Grow Curve. So like the more donations that they receive, the more money we actually send to them, and so they have better and better rates. So ultimately, the whole goal of that is stewardship, and doing that in a way that there's like integrity and there's transparency, and that more people can connect to Jesus.
That's awesome, and we love that. And that fires us up at Subsplash too, just thinking about that ability to marry good technology with the stewardship component, with that heart component of like, is this the best thing for the church? And really what I hear you talking about, Tim, is how we're trying to be attentive to the needs of the church, but coming up with creative solutions to help solve those problems. But there's still more to do.
Yeah, there is a lot to do, and what we're seeing is that churches need a simple, robust, all-in-one platform to connect people to each other as they grow in their discipleship journey. And the events of this past year have really revealed how we all need connection, and complex systems can get in the way of that stuff.
Yeah, right. It's a lot for pastors and leaders to manage and try to navigate through all these complex systems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So I see the future of Subsplash is just continuing on this, being the simple, comprehensive, all-in-one solution for that, and being a trusted partner that churches just know that we've got their back, and we're going to be innovating for them.
Right. Yeah, and we really see that being disconnected should not steal the joy of why pastors got into ministry in the first place. But we believe there's a world where we can bring connected tools together to enable that first passion, which is making disciples and sharing the gospel.
Yeah, absolutely. And you shared earlier that our conviction is that the truth of Jesus through the life of the local church is the greatest source of joy and hope for the world. And we're focused on building great technology that just reinforces that for pastors, church leaders, volunteers, in all their contexts and backgrounds.
Yeah, that's well said, Tim. Thanks for sharing so much about your heart, what got us here. I know I'm excited about it, and our team is, because that's the heartbeat. What are we doing that's actually having an impact on our globe and our world that's focused on sharing the gospel, helping the local church make disciples?
Yeah.
Up next, we have Stephen Testone. He's our Chief Product Officer, and he's going to be talking a little bit more about some of this vision for the future and what it means with the technology that we have here at Subsplash.
We know that the most important thing in ministry is connecting someone to Jesus and then to a community. Without the right tools, those connections become harder to make, especially in today's age of instant access, where the fight for attention and engagement is complex and nuanced. There's so much complexity around juggling multiple technology platforms to try to do all this. If it's a pain you've never felt before, you probably did during 2020 and beyond, as we had to depend on these platforms more than ever. We just keep hearing, just give me one place to do all the things. There's so much you can do with Subsplash, like apps, media, websites, giving, and more. But you still have to use other systems to keep track of all your people, handle event registrations, child check-ins, volunteer management, and other administrative tasks. While there are a lot of tools out there that attempt to solve these problems, having disconnected systems is less than ideal, to say the least. But it doesn't have to be this way. We envision a world where all these tools live together on one platform and seamlessly integrate with each other for the one goal of helping to make disciples. One place to manage your content and your community. Simple, seamless, and safe. We're excited to unveil today that we're making huge steps to turn this dream into a reality. We scoured the globe to find the best church management system to partner with, and we couldn't be more thrilled to announce that Subsplash has acquired Fluoro. It's an incredible CHMS that is going to power many of the new features you're going to be hearing about. If you've never heard of Fluoro, it's probably because it's been primarily marketed in Australia. It was developed while its founders were attending Hillsong. They loved the church's desire to be a place where people can belong, but saw firsthand the challenges churches face getting new people involved and growing deeper in community. Compelled to help the church solve this problem and authentically connect people, they started Fluoro. And we couldn't be more grateful to partner with them, not only because they have an amazing product, but because they are deeply aligned with our heart and mission for the church and our focus on building a truly unified all-in-one platform. We're driving hard towards this, and we want to do it with excellence. So we are taking a very intentional approach to unify these two platforms into one. Not at some distant date in the future, but from day one. In fact, some of the things we're going to show you today will reveal that integration is already happening. It's so much more though than just having a single login. It means it looks and feels and acts in a unified way. It means that the individual tools don't just do their own thing, but they work together to accomplish what none of them can do by themselves. Just like the church has many members but one body, these systems need to work together for the church. You're not going to have the current Subsplash tools over here and then a loosely connected CHMS over there, but rather than just talk about it, I'm going to hand it back to Casey and Manny to show you what I mean with the new people and groups we're rolling out.
As Stephen shared, we know that connecting people to Jesus and community are the top priorities for churches. We also know that keeping church members engaged Monday through Saturday and supporting them along their discipleship journey can be a true challenge, especially when there's so much competition for people's time and attention. So addressing these challenges have been a top priority for us, which is why we're excited about these new releases coming in August for Subsplash messaging customers.
Our team is focused on helping you find ways to connect to your people and help your people connect to one another. That's why we've built Subsplash Messaging with the vision that churches could have a dedicated, distraction-free space for discipleship and authentic relationship building that meets your community wherever they are. Today, we're thrilled to announce that we're taking community growth and engagement to the next level with more robust people and group management. Let's take a closer look at what this means for your church.
At the core of every church, there's a desire to connect with each person who walks through the doors or engages online, no matter where they are in their discipleship journey. But with so many things competing for people's time and attention, how do you know who's really connected and who's slipping through the cracks? Traditional management tools are no longer enough. What church leaders need is a real, meaningful pulse on how people are engaging and getting connected. Introducing People and Groups, a new set of tools from Subsplash to help your church build relationships, connect to community, and foster discipleship. Now on the same platform where you drive engagement with gospel-centered content, your leaders can access the most up-to-date information about each person who connects with your church. And with new group management tools, leaders can effortlessly connect people to a small group, volunteer opportunity, or specific ministry. Plus, leaders can view a list of all current groups at your church, create, edit, delete, and categorize groups by type, and easily invite and remove members of a group in just a few clicks, making communication within your church that much simpler. People and Groups on the Subsplash platform equips you and your team with powerful new tools to engage your community and keep them connected, all the while supporting your work to make more and better disciples.
With the introduction of people management and user profiles, all members at your church will have the ability to create user profiles that include profile photos, addresses, emails, and phone numbers. User profiles offer admins up-to-date people information, and any updates a user makes to their profile will automatically show up on their dashboard profile, which means no more need to have your team manually update addresses as people move.
Along with that, admins will have the ability to view a single consolidated list of your people, giving insight into each person's engagement with your church on the Subsplash platform. This is including messaging and with giving. Additionally, staff and admins can create new people profiles, which means they can create profiles for those who haven't yet. so you can see all of your people in one single place.
And we're continuing to make improvements to people management. In the future, we'll be adding features like profile merge, which allows you to combine duplicate records into single records without losing any of the associated data. People and groups import, which will allow you to quickly and simply import the people and groups data you already have in other systems into the Subsplash platform to help maintain a single source of truth. Advanced filtering, which will help you find the right people based on the criteria you set. This is especially helpful if you're managing a large number of people. Quickly search for people who have expressed interest in volunteering for an event, or gather a list of people who are the right age for your young adult ministry. And activity timelines. Have you ever wondered how people are engaging with your content and community? Activity timelines are a powerful tool to help you see what engagement looks like for an individual. This includes sermons being watched or rewatched, group participation, Bible reading, event registration, and more. This feature gives you visibility into your community's engagement and provides the necessary insight into what is working well and what could be improved. These features are in active development, and there's even more coming this winter.
In addition to user profiles and people management, we're excited to deliver for the first time a robust group management and communication solution. Community relationships that lend themselves to deeper discipleship are critical for the health of not only the individuals within your church, but your church itself. So our goal is to build the best solution for group management and communication that helps equip churches for the work of ministry and offers you a space for your church members to build authentic relationships and grow better together.
With this release, your staff, pastors, team, and group leaders will have the ability to view a list of all current groups at your church, create, edit, and delete a group, and categorize groups by type, which allows for the quick classification of different types of groups and helps church members easily find the right group for them. Easily invite and remove members of a group, which allows you to add people to a group without needing a person's email or phone number, and you can remove them from a group just as easily. A person's group membership will then automatically update across the Subsplash platform. Create Subsplash messaging groups attached to a specific group, making group engagement and connection easier than ever.
And in the future, we'll be adding things like deeper engagement metrics, which help you see which groups are doing well and which could use some attention. We know that understanding the health of your people and community is essential, and we're committed to delivering helpful and relevant metrics for you to better equip you in discipling and caring for your own church. Additionally, a group finder tool for your website, making it easier than ever to connect a person to the right group based on criteria like location, age, or group topic. And group announcements, which allow you to send a one-way message delivered to a large number of people with Subsplash messaging, right to their phones or on the web, which means no more messages getting lost in the sea of emails. Whether you need more volunteers for VBS or want to share about an upcoming church-wide barbecue, there's a large community service need coming up. Group announcements offer a better way to communicate to your groups.
We believe that true engagement within your community is critical to the health of both the people you're discipling and your church at large. And we're excited to offer deeper insights into individual people and group management on the Subsplash platform. We'll be announcing more in the coming months as we continue to build these functionalities.
This is just the beginning of what we're building to further equip you and your teams as you work to build strong communities that are healthy and discipled well. And with that said, let's hand it back to Stephen, who has some big news about upcoming releases to the platform.
It's so exciting to think about how these features are not only going to help you engage with your people, but help your people engage with each other, because that's where life happens. Subsplash is already the ultimate engagement platform. We make it easy for you to get your content out and engage with your community. But churches want to know who's engaging and how they're doing it. As a pastor myself, I know how important it is to feel like you have a pulse on your people and how they're doing. That's exactly why we're starting with people and groups. But we don't want it to be about managing spreadsheets and membership records. It's about connecting with people and making disciples. A lot of times the paradigm is You have a record of a person, and you can see if they went to an event or completed a task. But because people are already actively engaging on the Subsplash platform, we'll be able to provide rich engagement metrics and up-to-date profile information that is living and active just like your members. Better engagement means better data, and better data means less guesswork for you and your ministry leaders. It means less nights wondering if your people are falling through the cracks and more time spent giving attention to where it's needed. But people in groups is simply laying the foundation for what's next. There's so much more coming this year. We're improving our event system in a big way by adding opportunities for people to register for both free and paid events. This includes the optional ability to provide a QR code for tickets and track attendance for events of all sizes. So whether it's a small group event or a summer camp, we'll have you covered. Along with that, child check-in is an essential part of managing any growing community. And we're building it directly into your church's app, so it's a seamless and safe experience. If you use Subsplash for your app, members won't have to download a separate app for check-ins either. We know volunteers are the lifeblood of so many ministries, so we want to make it easy to organize and mobilize your volunteers. Whether you want to see who's available or send communications to groups of volunteers. Not to mention media tagging combined with our new people features is paving the way for personalized content to be delivered right in your apps, helping your people engage in a way that's more relevant to them personally wherever they are in their discipleship journey. This is only a small preview of what's coming in the months ahead. It's a really exciting time for us here at Subsplash as we get to make the dreams of a true all-in-one system a reality. One place to manage your content and engage with your community. One platform to help move your people along their discipleship journey one step at a time. Because there's one gospel, and we're here to do everything we can to help you reach the world with it.
And we couldn't be more excited for the future and where we're heading. We believe these latest additions and coming soon releases will help give you and your teams more time to focus on building connections and making disciples. But we knew we couldn't stop with new features and product releases. We knew we could make it even more simple, seamless, and connected for churches. We know that what churches need is one simple, powerful, all-in-one solution for church engagement. One place to support community connection through connected tools. And that's why we're very excited to be announcing Subsplash One. Subsplash One is our new package that delivers all the engagement tools needed to grow and engage your community. Subsplash One brings together everything you know from Subsplash, including custom apps, Subsplash Giving, live streaming, TV apps, media, messaging, and websites, and combines it with everything you've just heard about. Knowing your people, organizing groups and events, child check-in, volunteer management, and more. This is Subsplash One. We created this offering by tying it all together, building a platform to help you truly know your people and engage them at the right point along their discipleship journey in all the right places. From discovering your church to attending and serving, each of these steps should be met with constant engagement and support. Whether it's making your church more discoverable with a website on Snap Pages, or encouraging your members to dive deeper through a Bible reading plan in your custom mobile app, or engagement during our services through Subsplash Live. After attending, they can take the next step by joining a group directly in Subsplash messaging or giving generously in Subsplash Giving. And our platform is built to help take your gospel content further with the ability for your congregation to share your sermons and podcasts with family, friends, and everyone else in between. Now, with Subsplash One, accomplishing these things and more has never been easier. With Subsplash One, we focused on connection and simplicity, eliminating package complexities by offering one powerful package that has everything your church needs to connect with your community in person and online. And this offering is built for churches of every size. With Subsplash One, you automatically get access to all of these great products and features, including what's coming soon. All on one platform with one package for one simple price. This is why we're so excited. The old world of managing people in groups with manual entry process is coming to an end. To deeply engage your community on digital, you can leverage all the channels and tools we offer today, from apps and websites to giving and media, live streaming, and messaging. Building upon those, Subsplash One gives you the insights you need to truly know your people. And this is why we created Subsplash One. And that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us at The Drop. With everything we've shared today, I hope you're beginning to see the future we've always been building toward here at Subsplash. And that future is not far away at all. In fact, it's already taking shape. And with Subsplash One, it's going to be simpler than ever to bring these tools together in a way that allows you to focus on what's most important: making disciples. But before we go, it wouldn't be The Drop without a giveaway. And today we're excited to be giving away a brand new iMac. Our winner is congratulations. We hope this blesses you in your ministry. So thanks again for joining us today, and thanks for trusting us as your partners in ministry. It's our conviction that the truth of Jesus through the life of the local church, your church, is the greatest hope for the world. If you're ready to explore what all of this could mean for your church as you move into a better future for digital discipleship, please reach out by filling out the form at subsplash.com/thedrop. Our team of ministry experts would love to help get you started. If you're already partnering with us, you can connect directly with your client success manager or look for an email from our team shortly after the event. We're so excited for the future, and we can't wait to see you next time at The Drop.